Call to order the regular Township Board meeting of May 8th, 2019. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Everybody check the mic. All right. Yeah, I'm good. Sit up. There, now you got it, Kathy. Okay. Pledge of allegiance we've done. Let's do roll call, please, Sherry. I'm so tired.
Sue?
I'm here.
Kathy?
Here.
Mary Agnes?
Here.
Sherry?
Here.
Okay. We have agenda approval is the next item. I have a couple of additions. I have an invoice from Kelly Law for $600. That would change our consent agenda total from the current list of opens at $2767.86, and add on of $600 would make our total open account payables as $3,367.86. Everything else is listed there, the minutes from April 10th, investments, CDs and money markets as of April 30th, reconciliation of general checking account number 5667 as of March 31st, reconciliation of tax account number 3905 as of 3/31, the cash summary by report of the general fund, also the revenue and expenditure report for April, ending April 30th from the clerk's office, approval of paychecks from April 1st through April 30th, a gross total amount of $22,671.39. Approval of accounts payable, that new number of $3,367.86. The paid of 25 checks from 2010 through 20,034 were written in the amount of $138,697.56. We have the Marine City fire runs, the Ira Township fire runs, a copy of the Fifth Third credit card account for April, which was $22.48, and the assessor's update regarding the tentative forms of L4029, 4034, and 4028 millage rates. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented with the additions?
I'll make the motion to approve the agenda as presented with additions.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kathy, Sherry. Okay, all in favor signify by roll call vote, please.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes,
Sherry?
Yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. We will go on with anything in the open session. Is there anyone that wants, from the audience, that would like to go to the podium? Because we need you to be on the microphone so that people at home that watch this on TV can hear your question and our answers.
Excuse me. Put that back there. Hang it over here.
Oh, okay. This is for open session on anything that is on the agenda. You got something different?
I have one thing.
Well, all right, we'll do it instead of public comments. Go ahead.
Eugene Moore, 7414 Broadbridge. Yesterday when I voted, I noticed we're not flying the American flag in front of the Township Hall.
I took it down because it was ripped, and when we had the rain last week, it had torn in half, so I went out and took it down, folded it up properly, and we turned it over to the supervisor, who gives it to the Boy Scouts to
Yeah, and I
dispose of.
ordered another one the very same day, and it hasn't come in yet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good point. All right. Unfinished business, request for new Shangri-La contract by the treasurer. Kathy, would you like to explain that?
I just want to keep it on old business until we're still in
Discussion.
this discussion and process, and just as a check, we keep it in unfinished business till it's finished. I just wanted to keep it on the agenda. That's all I
Okay.
had.
Thank you. We'll go on to new business. Number one, last month's request for the purchase of the alarm system. I added it to the agenda, and then I forgot to bring it up at the meeting. So there's a surface package in the amount of $11,581.60, and it's requested by the Department of Public Service for 4 of the 5 sewer stations that we operate. This is this was not approved for the record, so we are approving it tonight. Also, let's handle that right now. Is there a motion to approve the $11,581.60 that's requested by the DPW for alarm system for the 4 of the 5 sewer stations?
I'll make the motion to approve the alarm system, purchase of alarm system service package for $11,581.60 by the Department of Public Service for 4 of the 5 sewer stations.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. It's spending money, so it will be a roll call vote, please.
Tom,
This is coming out of the sewer fund, correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes.
Yes?
Sherry, yes.
Thank you. Motion carried. The next item is approval of the sewer pump motors repairs in the amount of $4,915 for rebuilding a 7.5 horsepower pump and motor, as well as a 10 horsepower pump and motor in the amount of $5,915. It's an emergency time frame, and it's supposed to be done by, God bless you, by Monday, May 6th. The grand total being $10,830. They have not finished it yet. It was supposed to have been done by Monday, but they're having trouble finding parts. But we still need to approve it for payment. Do I have a motion to approve the payment of $10,830 for the sewer pump station repairs?
I'll make the motion to approve $10,830 for the sewer pump repairs.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second by Sue. Because we're spending money, please vote by, roll call vote, please. I'm so tired. Sorry.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes.
Yes?
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. There's this approval of the Apex software. This is for sketch number 7, the Pro Assessor single license for the Assessor's Tech at his computer desk. The cost of the software is $595 for the first year, and it'll be $235 per year as a renewal beginning May 1st, 2020. I need permission to authorize payment on that Apex software for the Assessor's Office in the amount of $595. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the Apex software for the Sketch 7 Pro Assessor single for the Assessor's Tech computer in the amount of $595 for the first year and $235 per year as a renewal beginning May 1st, 2020.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Kathy and a second by Sue. Roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Approval of the Ezra Incorporated. It's an ArcGIS desktop advanced single-use primary maintenance agreement in the amount of $3,000 for a 1 year's agreement. This is for our, it was money that was purchased, or we received in the grant when we had the sewer stations all for that grant money. This is to maintain it every year. We have to pay $3,000. It's a little steep, but that's the amount for 1 year's backup and support.
This is, again, coming out of the sewer fund, Mary Agnes?
Yes, it
That's
is.
what
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Do we have a motion to approve the $3,000 for the primary maintenance agreement for the sewer computer that belongs to the sewer department?
I'll make the motion to approve the primary maintenance agreement in the amount of $3,000 for 1 year.
I'll
Okay.
second.
And we have a second by Sue. All right, we're spending money. Please roll call vote, Sherry.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tom,
This is also mandated by the, I already know the answer to this, but for the people that don't make sure that they know that we have to pay this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much. All right, we have a request for a donation from the St. Clair County Council on Aging, our Washington Life Center in Marine City. The letter is attached. In previous years, they always donated something. In the last probably 10 years, we have not.
Do we have anything in our line items for donations?
No, we do not. We did not allow for any
Yeah,
budgeting for
I think
that.
that's why we didn't, because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was, we
We're
didn't
trying to
feel
cut
right
the
doing
fat
that.
out of everything. We
Right.
pretty well got it skinny.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I have a motion to not make the donation to St. Clair County Aging?
I'll make the motion to deny the request for donation to St. Clair County Council on Aging in Marine City.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Nays, hearing none, motion carried. All right, request for the treasurer for a closed session. I think, can we move that to the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have any problem with that, we'll move it down.
I was gonna
All right.
suggest that, but.
Our second resolution for public township special assessment. Nicole, would you do me a favor and go find Barb?
Yep.
She was totaling the percentages of people that were at this meeting, plus all the letters that we have. The way it's written for the special assessment is, in order to pass the next one, we have to had 20% of the township that did not want that.
And they're also, just to interrupt you,
Sure.
excuse me, she's determining, because there was a question whether it's 10 or 20. And Barb is just confirming.
From just 20.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
we take the rest.
Had this a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and they shot it down with 10%.
Yeah, she's gonna just confirm.
Well, I saw it in writing somewhere, but,
I have it right too.
Yeah.
She said we're at 5.146% with tonight's objection.
5.146.
And she's researching
The percentage.
Well, even if it's 10, we don't have it, so,
But just to confirm, but.
okay. So let's, do we want to read that resolution, or do we want to just, I suppose we could read it so everybody kind of gets it in the, I can find my copy.
So it was 5.1. Yeah, 5.146.
All right. Whereas the Township Board of Trustees of the Township of Cottrellville, St. Clair County, acting under the provisions of Public Act 81 of 1989 and Public Act 188 of 1954, is amended, has declared its intent to proceed with the special assessment to create a fire and police protection services special assessment. Whereas the proposed district is described as the following: all parcels of land, including all parcels in township-wide. Whereas the public hearing of necessity was held after the proper notice on May 8th, and to hear any comments or objections to the said the said special assessment district, and whereas to impose upon the Cottrellville Township tax roll an increase of up to .8808 mils, or 88 cents per thousand of taxable value, and .112, or 12 cents per thousand of taxable value, for the total of 1 mil in the tax limitation imposed under Article 9, Section 6 of the Michigan Constitution, and levy for 4 years from 2019 through 2022 inclusive, which will raise an estimated $129,469.35 in the first year the millage is levied. Any residual funds will be used for fire and police protection only. The mill rate to be divided between the summer and winter tax billing cycle for the first year only. The remaining years to be on the winter tax bill only. Now therefore be it resolved that the Township Board does hereby approve special assessment project and district as herein described, and be it further resolved that the supervisor and the assessing officer is hereby instructed to prepare a special assessment roll containing the names of the respective owners thereof, and a total amount to be assessed against each property owner, and be it further resolved that the resolutions and parts of resolutions, insofar as they conflict with the provisions of this resolution, are the same, hereby rescinded. We're going to need to vote on this as a roll call vote. Should this resolution be adopted? I need a motion to adopt.
I will make the motion to adopt.
Okay. Do we have a second? I'll support. Okay, all in favor signify by roll call vote, please. Sherry?
Tom,
Yes.
Sue,
I still don't think it was right that we put them both on the same resolution, so I'm gonna say no again. And I hope next time they don't go together, nothing goes together like that again. I'm in favor of fire, but not the police.
and Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, we have 4-1. Motion carried. I'm going to ask you what you had on your mind, sir. You had your arm up?
Complimenting her statement.
Oh,
I agree with her.
Oh, thank you.
no dating on this shift.
He's too young for me.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Sorry, that wasn't nice, we're tired.
I've known him since he was a little boy.
All right, we also have.
Getting a little slap happy.
Okay, I'm gonna give you, for number 3 too. Just passed number 2. Would you pass that down? Thank you. Okay, this is resolution number 3 for the Fire and Police Protection Services, R 2019-03-03. And we are going to offer this resolution, whereas the Township Board of Trustees of the Township of Cottrellville, St. Clair County, acting under the provisions of Act 81 of 1989 and the Public Act 1988 of 188 of 1954 is amended, has declared the intent to proceed with the special assessment to create fire and police protection services special assessment, whereas the special assessment to be billed as the Fire and Police Protection Services Special Assessment, whereas the aforementioned proposed district for the improvement is described as the following parcels of land located in Cottrellville Township. Parcels of land to include all parcels township-wide, whereas a public hearing and necessity would be held after the proper notice on May 8th to hear any comments or objections to these special assessment district, and whereas petitions by recorded owners of land constituting more than 20%, it should be 10%. Thank you. Of the total area upon the township of the proposed district were filed in writing objecting to the creation of the assessment district. All eligible persons, either orally or in writing, were given the opportunity to voice objections to any duly recorded. And whereas total objections were calculated and did not meet the 10% of the total area upon the township of the proposed special district. Now, therefore, be it resolved, after consideration, the Township Board of the Township of Cottrellville does hereby declare its intent to proceed with the creation of the Township Fire and Police Protection Special District as herein described, and be it further resolved that the Township Board of the Cottrellville Township does hereby instruct the supervisor and the assessor to prepare an assessment roll to determine individual costs of the improvement in the special assessment roll being on file with the Township Clerk available for public inspection, and be it resolved to impose upon Cottrellville Township tax roll an increase of .8808 mils, or 88 cents per 1,000 of taxable value, and .1192, or 12 cents per 1,000 of taxable value, for a total of 1 mil in the tax limitation proposed under Article 9, Section 6 of the Michigan Constitution, and levy for 4 years, 2019 through 2022 inclusive, which will raise an estimated $129,469.35 in the first year of the millage levied. Any residual funds shall be used for fire and police protection only. The mill rate to be divided between the summer and winter tax billing cycle for the first year only, and the remaining years will be on the winter tax bill only. Be it further resolved that a public hearing, said special assessment roll shall be in the Township Boardroom at 7008 Marsh Road, Cottrellville, Michigan, on Wednesday, June 5th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. to make any necessary corrections thereto, and the clerk is instructed to give proper notice according with the state law and statute provided. Be it further resolved that notice is hereby given that the appearance and protest of this hearing is further in order to appeal the amount of the special assessment to the Michigan Tax Tribunal if an appeal should be desired. Any property owner of party in interest or his or her agent may file his or her appearance by letter to the township clerk by 12 noon the day of the hearing, and his or her personal appearance shall not be required. The protester to the proposed assessment may file a written appeal to the Michigan Tax Tribunal within 35 days after confirmation of the special assessment roll if the assessment was protested at the hearing. So if you are going to protest this at the Michigan Tax Tribunal, be at the next meeting and make sure there's something in writing so that we have proof that you've submitted the letter, and that if you want to come and speak again, you can. 35 days after that, if we pass it, you have 35 days to appeal to the Michigan Tax Tribunal. Shall we approve this resolution? I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve Cottrellville Township Resolution Number 3 for fire and police protect services. Resolution number R-2019-03-03.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Sue,
No, for the same reason as the other one.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Now, let's see what else we got here.
Does this have to be here or can it be at the end? Does it matter?
No, we can put it,
This, the other person?
oh, no, this,
Okay, so
yeah.
it's got to be part of this.
yeah, this fourth resolution will be after the meeting on the 12th.
Okay.
Or on the 5th, I should say.
Okay, but for the close, does that have to be here?
We're just moving it down from
Okay,
here.
that's good enough, I just
Yeah,
didn't.
we're gonna be,
Okay.
we're
So I
gonna
didn't
be
want
after
them, they
the,
have to wait around. if
no,
didn't
they
want
don't have to wait.
Okay.
Public comments, is there anyone else that wants to approach the podium and give us your name and address, please, and that's on anything?
Stephanie Hoover, 7130 Arnold. I just have a question.
Sure.
Since you're adding one officer from either Clay Township or the Sheriff's Department, how can you go about getting a second one if you feel that one officer can patrol the whole township? How do you go about getting a second one if you feel that it's needed? I guess my question is, if you just get one officer, whether it be a sheriff's officer or an officer from Clay Township, that one officer is expected to patrol the whole township.
They would.
Go ahead.
Uh,
She used to be a dispatcher at Clay, she understands this.
I understand a little bit of it, but the estimate that was given as part of this resolution is for per hour. And if this resolution, if everything goes through, there will be a designated time frame. It's not going to be where.
Like a constant patrol?
We couldn't afford
We couldn't
that.
afford it,
Okay.
no. It would be designated, for example, in some other townships, they start out where they have a patrol car for maybe 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon, or in a time frame that they designate as being when they need an extra patrol. And that particular patrol car doesn't have always have the same authorities or to do what the sheriffs do. As far as we would be contracting with either Clay Township or the Sheriff's Department. We haven't heard back from the Sheriff's Department, correct?
Not in writing,
For
no.
an extra patrol. So it would be determined what they would be doing, when they'd be doing it, where they'd be doing it. We did have petition from other residents that have showed up in the meetings in the last 6 months requesting extra patrol because they aren't getting and I'm not slamming the Sheriff's Department, I'm just saying that they're asking for needs outside of what they can get from the Sheriff's Department. They have gone to the Sheriff's Department for patrol, traffic control, trying to get a car sitting out in certain areas. So if you came to us with a petition, or if you came to us as a resident at a board meeting and said, listen, I'm having some problems, is there any way that we could do something special for my area? Or, we just got the estimate of what it would cost per hour.
And is that how you designate when and where and how they'll be?
Well,
If
there
somebody
isn't
calls and says, I need someone on shortcut between 3 and 5 o'clock because that's when the buses are going and
it would be
people are running
taken,
red
I would
lights.
think as a board, I'm just speaking for myself, but as a board member, I would say that if you have a concern, you need to come and let us know, and then the boards make the decision.
Well,
We have to vote on what the contract will say and where they'll be and.
Okay, that was my
Yeah.
question, is how you designate when and where
Right.
they'll be, and, I
Right,
mean,
it would be contracted.
Right, it's hourly.
Yeah.
So they might even work, the way this would figure it out, what the amount of money if we used Clay, for instance, they wanted $55 an hour for a car and a man. Okay, that means that after
Or
dark,
a woman.
or, yeah, I'm sorry,
No, I'm
an
just
officer. She's right, an officer. And then if, it would be that period of time that we would assign him to do it. It might only amount to like 5 hours a week. Like I said, if you divided it by 52 hours or 52 weeks, that's all you would get. So we might double them up. We might give them, 3 days in a row. We might skip a month. We might, so we can't let the other people know when the police are gonna be out there. So the cops the burglars all go to somebody else's house for the weekend.
And I understand that. I was just curious if you knew when they were going to designate. I mean,
We don't
if-
know that yet. It's still in the planning stage.
Okay.
But I did get a price so that we knew what we were talking about. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Josh Daniels, 5955 Shortcut Road. I completely agreed with Sue's statement after I heard her say it. I guess we kind of already pay for St. Clair County Sheriff's Department because we were in St. Clair County, correct?
Yes.
I find it absurd that we have to pay extra to have them patrol here if we need it.
Okay.
I know that's out of your control, but I agree with the two should have been separated. I mean, other than traffic, I really can't see why you need a cop out here.
Okay. Thank you very much for your comment. All right, we have, anyone else? No? All right, we will continue with announcements. The Marine City High School Safe and Sober Graduation Night is accepting donations for the class of 2019. If you want to donate, just contact the school. St. Clair County Office of Homeland Security Emergency Services Breakfast is at Alexander's this year in Marysville on Friday the 17th, 7:30 a.m. That's for board members, and the program is from 8 until 9:45, and then there's a golf outing afterwards if anybody wants to play golf at the Marysville Golf thing. Everything would have to be paid by yourself. You have to RSVP by May 10th, and that's all we have. Now, we have a request for a closed session for some regular business. We're going to adjourn this now and clear the room. Thank you, everybody. It is 8:42. Thanks.
Thank you.